Hey, Brittany, really excited to talk with you and have you share your story with some other students. And like
Hello.
always, how about we start this interview off by having you share your background with everyone?
All right. Well, hello, everyone. As Troy just stated, my name is Brittany. My background is actually in healthcare. I was doing healthcare administration for about 11 years. I am a certified medical biller and coder. But I wanted to try something, a little bit different. So, but everything that I have known, everything that I do know is healthcare. So my background is, within healthcare and coding.
Gotcha. So healthcare encoding, and what does that job entail? I'm not too familiar with it, and I'm sure most people probably never heard of it before.
Yeah, so if you go to the doctor's office, when they're putting things into the computer, they're putting in, what happened during your visit.
Hmm.
If you just went in for a regular office visit, they're going to put it to establish or you're a new patient. So basically, what happens is when they put that in there, the nurse or the doctor put it into the system, it then gets transferred over to someone like me. Well, used to be me, no longer
Yeah.
me. And I would then put in a code for that. So it's just basically the back end of healthcare. Then once I put in that code, I then send that code off to your insurance company or to you if you pay for your medical bills.
Hmm.
But
Gotcha.
yeah, so it's just basically coding all of the medical charts within healthcare. That can be home health, hospital, office visit. It doesn't matter. When you go see a doctor or you go to a clinic or something, they're going to put in a code, and that's what I was doing.
Awesome. And how long were you doing that for?
5 years.
Five
I
years.
actually started out doing that. I was not certified at the time, and I
Mhm.
was like, I actually like this. I had got trained by a supervisor for like a little fill-in position, basically, and they didn't require someone at that time to be certified. Um, and now a lot of places, a lot of employers do require you to have a certification for medical billing and coding. But at the time, I wasn't certified. I'm like, I like this, so I went ahead and got a certification. With in the medical billing and coding, and from there I just skyrocketed from I worked in patient financial services. I've worked in I really wanted to make a difference, so then I went into like the cancer center and did billing for the cancer center, and so I think I did my fair share of feeling like I feel important or something, so.
Yeah. Awesome. Okay, so you have this background working in medical coding. And what made you want to get interested in course careers? Like, were you actively looking to start a new career in technology sales, or did course careers really introduce you to this career? Could you share that with us?
So my sister-in-law, she works for another company, which is a tech company,
Hmm.
and she's like, Brittany, you have to get into tech. You have to, and she's like, you can do tech sales, and I'm like, okay, because before I was working in healthcare, I actually sold cars for a living. Yes, believe it's true. I sold cars. So I worked in the BDR center, which is like your business development representative. So I worked in that center, and
Yeah.
I sold cars over the internet, over the phone. Basically, my job was to get them into the dealership or just get them to buy a car over the phone, or something like that. And I actually enjoyed doing that. I did that for 4 years, and I enjoyed doing that. So I knew about sales, and
Hmm.
always did customer service, always did, so I knew about that as well. And she's like, Brittany, tech sales is where it's at. You have to get into it. And I'm like, really? And she's like, yeah. She's like, wait a minute, let me just send you something. So she sent me a it's a review
Yeah.
on your course. And I was like, wow. And at first I was a little bit skeptical. I'm like, 3 months, really?
Yeah.
And then it's so affordable. And I'm like, wow, no, this can't be true. With everything going on in the world, you really can't, you're like, wait a minute, you're being a
Yeah.
skeptic about everything. And she's like, you have to do it. And she's like, she hasn't did it. She didn't do your course. But
Yeah.
she's like, I want you to do it. You have to do it. You have to know about tech. Go ahead.
Yeah.
I mean, and your course opened up my mind. It was like, and I was amazed because I didn't know that much about it. I didn't
Mhm.
know that much about tech, and I didn't know that much. I knew customer service, I knew sales, I know how to be, what they say, get people to follow along with you in conversations and things
Yeah.
like that within sales and control the call. I know how to do that a little bit, but you brought so many different techniques and things to the table that it really, really polished me up really great for the tech world, which is
I'm really glad to
a
hear that.
whole different monster.
So your sister was the one who introduced you. And do you know how she heard about Course Careers if she didn't go through it herself?
She heard about it from Cyrus on Instagram, or
Mhm.
it was like a TikTok,
Yeah.
and he's awesome, by the way. He's great at marketing Course Careers. I've seen like 3 videos now where he's marketed Course Careers, and he is phenomenal doing it.
Wow.
And I watched all 3 of those. I watched all 3 of those, and I'm like, oh yeah. Even after I did the course, I'm like, I did that. I took this course, but she learned about the course through Cyrus. And she was so excited. She's like, Brittany, he's also offering this coupon that you can use, And I'm like, what? And everybody loves the coupon. So
Yeah.
of course, we try to jump right on it. And when she's seen that, and then she also sent it to my husband as well.
Mhm. Oh, wow.
So, she's really marketing. She really wants everybody to get into, she wants the whole family to be a part of tech. That's what she says. I want
Yeah.
everybody in the family to be a part of tech. This is what we need to do.
It's really a winning career. So it's like your background in sales plus wanting to break into tech. And it made so much sense for you. So she introduced you to Course Careers. Did you go through the free introduction course after that? Were you still hesitant to sign up?
No. After I did your free introduction course, I was like, you know what? He's right. I mean, because
Yeah.
you put out everything in the introduction course, and you were like, just go ahead and click, and keep on going. I was like, okay. I clicked, you signed up, and I'm gonna
Yeah.
keep on going, and before I know it, I was like really into it. I couldn't stop. It was like an addiction. I've never, and then when you said you don't have to go to college to really make decent money.
Mhm.
I actually did go to college. I forgot, I left that out. I actually have a bachelor's in healthcare administration. So I
Mhm.
did put out thousands of dollars in 4 years of my, 4 years into a career.
Mhm.
And I now, after your course, oh my goodness, if I would have known, if
Yeah.
I would have known. I actually told her that. I said, you should have told me about this before I did college. And she's like, oh, well, I didn't know before then. But
Yeah.
I mean, wow, would have saved me a lot of money and a lot of headache.
Yeah. So you think Course Careers did more for you than the 4-year degree?
Yes, I guarantee that. I
Wow.
guarantee, I know for a fact it has, because it really has changed my life already within this short amount of time that I have taken the course and, already got a job.
Yeah. So can you share that
Like
with
that's,
us? How
yes.
long did it take you to finish the course, and what was the material like? Did you learn a lot? Was it confusing? So kind
I
of like
learned
the time frame and what you learned.
I learned a lot. And I mean, you explain everything down to the T on your videos. And that's the best thing about it with your videos, because you already recorded them and because this course is self-paced. If
Mhm.
I didn't understand something, I could just go back a little bit and just rewatch it. And so I can be able to understand what I'm watching. You know what I mean? And
Mhm.
I love that. And I took down a lot of notes. And at the time, when you have those nights where you can't go to sleep, it's like, hey, why not? Like I said,
Yeah.
I was addicted to it. So I was just like, keep on going. I had my tablet, I had my laptop. If one goes dead, I'm switching over. And I mean, I was like, my husband was like, are you ever gonna put it down? I'm like, I want to get finished. I want to, you know what I mean? Because like I was just
Yeah.
so eager and ready. And then I believe closer to the end of me finishing the course, which I finished it in 1 month.
Wow.
I finished the course in 1 month.
That's
And
amazing.
if I can do it in 1 month, I'm a mother of 2 kids. And I put everything I had into it. Like I said, I was up watching the videos, and I
Mhm.
have lots of notes and reading the books that you told us to purchase. I have all the books over here.
Oh, yeah, that's great.
I have all the books, so reading the books that you told us to purchase, what you upfront about, which I love that, because as soon as
Mhm.
you told us to purchase it, I was on Amazon and I was like, add to the cart, and purchase. So I had them all ready, all of them ready. As soon as we got started. But my husband he was just so proud. He said, I can't wait till you get finished so you can be, I can get you back again, basically, because I was like on the course, you know what I mean? But like I said, 1 month, I mean, because I was like, 3 months, but
Mhm.
once you become so interested into something and you see yourself doing that career
Yeah.
and you actually understand what, you know what I mean, what is going on, which you break it down to where you can be able to understand it very easily. It's a
Mhm.
no-brainer to just knocking it out. You know what I mean? Watching your
Yeah.
videos. I think your longest video was like what, 2 hours, I believe, or something. I think
Yeah,
that's
I think
about it.
probably
So
max. Yeah.
like at one time, you know what I mean? The one video at
Yeah.
one time, So it isn't like I'm watching like 8-hour videos at just one video, like you broke it
Mhm.
up and then you quiz them after everything. You get a quiz, which I love that because you don't know what all you download into your brain. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? So it's like, wow, he did just say that, didn't he? And I knew that already. Like, you know what I mean? Wow. Like I said, my notes and I mean, I could go on and on and on. I think we talked on the phone before. And I told you I was like, my mind blown. So
Yeah.
you said, how long did it take me to get a job?
Yeah.
Well, finished the course in 1 month. I in the very end of the course, you send out an email, which you're very active and great with doing that. I love you for that. Send out the emails and
Mhm.
being very active with everyone. I didn't think that I would get that, you know what I mean, from someone who created the course. You know what I mean? You're almost
Mhm.
like a celebrity. Like I'm like, how did I get to meet him? Or how, he's emailing me. How's he emailing me? But so I went ahead and I took a look at the course, and I took a look at everything else. I'm sorry, and I took a look at the. I'm sorry, my son just walked in. He loves
Oh,
when I talk about
yeah, you're
everything.
fine.
So once I went ahead and I reviewed everything, and I noticed that I was almost at the end of the course. You sent an email out, and you said
Mhm.
that you guys were having a webinar for a company called Know Before, a cybersecurity company.
Yeah.
And you were like, if you can sign up and you can join. And I'm like, you know what? Yeah, let me do this, and it was for
Mhm.
tech sales. And I said, let me go ahead and watch it. So I joined the webinar with you guys, and you were asking great questions. You were asking Alyssa and Dane
Mhm.
great questions about the company. So I had already knew some great insight of the company as well. And I knew that they were going to be hosting a summer internship. So I was like, I should try that. And then also you alerted us to that summer internship, like, hey, you should get this done by this time, like giving us
Yeah.
the time frames, which I love because some people need to be reminded of those, like, hey, hello, don't forget, you got to finish off that so you can be able to do that internship.
Yeah.
So I believe it was like a week and a half after I finished the course,
Mhm.
I did get a call for an interview for Know Before for internship.
Yeah.
And I was so super nervous because I remember your video and you were like, make sure you prepare for your interview. You were saying the whole thing, like, sometimes that first impression could be everything. And
Yeah.
I'm like, oh gosh. But I mean, and they asked me about your course. And
Yeah.
telling them about your course and telling them about what I learned and the books that I read and showing them and just, I mean, they were like, wow. It was like, she said, well, we'll let you know, if they only choose 3 for
Yeah.
internships for like, I guess like a certain area or some sort. I'm not quite sure. But I
Mhm.
was one of those 3 and I couldn't believe it. I'm like, what? And she called me back like a few days later and like super excited. I mean, I
Yeah.
was super excited, but like she was excited too. And I'm like crying on the phone with her. And she's like, don't do that. You're gonna make me cry. This is the recruiter that I'm talking about for Know Before. She's
Yeah.
a recruiter and she was awesome. But yes, because of you, you opened up so many doors. So many doors
Wow.
you opened up.
So as far as breaking down the timeline, so you finished the course in a month. Do you know how long it took from when you initially applied to Know Before, which is one of our partner companies, to when they actually gave you a job offer? Like how long did it take from the initial application to the first interview and then the job offer?
So right after we did the webinar, I
Mhm.
did go on and I went in to apply for the internship.
Mhm.
Um, and I believe they contacted me maybe I have to say a few days later. I really
Yeah.
do because because I finished the course, and then it was like a week and a half later, I'm like getting a job offer from No
Yeah.
Before. It was amazing. I'm still in shock from it. Um, so I believe it had to be within days,
Wow.
of them calling me after I
Mhm.
filled the application, and make sure I put on there that I have a certification. I am certified from CourseCareers. I am there.
Yeah.
I am it.
That's amazing. And tell us, why did you choose Know Before? So what interested you in this company?
Well, we all know about how hard it is with the hackers and everything,
Mhm.
with the computers, and cybersecurity is very, very important. When I was in healthcare, we had to do like quarterly, you know, uh, exams and testing and reading, watching videos and doing a test, making sure that we don't open up, the wrong emails or click on the wrong link, and
Mhm.
open up something to ransomware, and then the company can be have to pay several fines and things like that for just security.
Yeah.
And we all know that is something that needs to everybody needs that. If
Mhm.
it's a gas station, if it's healthcare, somebody, they need cybersecurity. So that was a given to me because it's something I can really fight for and I can sell because I believe in it. You know what
Mhm.
I mean? So No Before was like a given. It was like, oh, and then with the company itself, with them being so open and honest, and they have like this saying where they say we don't treat our employees like mushrooms, meaning we
Yeah.
don't keep them in the dark, or we don't feed them crap. We tell them up front and we let them know everything. And
Mhm.
I love that. I just because you have so many places that you work for where everything is like shh, hush hush, and for them to be so upfront, so
Mhm.
forthcoming in the beginning, I absolutely love that. And right now I'm in my almost my third week with
Mhm.
No Before, and I absolutely love it.
That's
Absolutely love it.
incredible.
I really do. Oh man,
And
it's a great company.
can you tell us more about the internship? So how long is it? How much are you getting paid, and what's the expectation after you finish the internship?
Yes. So the internship is 3 months long. It could
Mhm.
be shortened if you finish. Like if you can graduate from the internship, depending on how fast you grasp the company, the products, and things like that.
Mhm.
And then the manager can hire you on if they feel as though you're a great fit for the that position. Early on.
Wow.
But the internship is for 3 months,
Mhm.
and the pay is from 15 to 20. I got
Mhm.
offered 20 based on, I believe it's because my past sales experience, and then
Yeah.
also because of CourseCareers. So I
Yeah.
did get offered the highest amount that they offer,
Nice.
which I was so happy about that. And then you're getting paid to learn. Like who wouldn't take that? A
Yeah.
paid internship. Usually don't hear that. And So what happens is in the beginning of the internship, you go through like this onboarding, and they have this awesome onboarding team. They are
Mhm.
like super cool, super fun, and they're there for you every step of the way. So if any questions, I mean, if you can't figure out how to get something on your computer, they're going to show you how to get to it. They're going to take the time to talk to you. So
Mhm.
you go through onboarding, and then you learn about the company itself and about you being an employee with No Before.
Mhm.
You follow an outline on that, and then you finish that. It's like you're congratulations, you finished this course, and then you get into the meat of it, which is what you are interning for. So I am an SDR intern, a
Mhm.
sales development representative intern. So now I'm into the meat of the course, which is learning the SDR role, learning what I'm going to be doing, learning how well Know Before sells. You know what I mean? And
Mhm.
and, and it basically sells for itself, in my opinion. You don't have to do much. You don't have to say much. So it's
Wow.
a great internship. It really is.
Mhm. That's incredible. So you're getting paid $20 an hour, and is it fully remote?
Yes, it's fully
Okay.
remote, and they give you the option if you want to be hybrid or not. So if you they're based out of Clearwater, Florida,
Mhm.
and if you want it to be hybrid, if you lived in Florida, you can do that as well. So it's actually fun because we have some students, my fellow classmates. They sometimes they're in the office, and
Yeah.
sometimes they are at home. So if I lived nearby, I would do that. I would do the hybrid because the office seems so cool. I mean, you should see the office. It's like amazing.
Yeah, yeah. I
It's,
think they're like the number one company in Tampa,
to
right?
work for.
Yeah.
Yes, they're the number one company to work for, and they said it's harder to get into to know before like it is with with Yale. I think it's harder to
Wow.
get to know before than it is to get into Yale, and I believe that's what I heard read about inside of my training.
Yeah.
It's such a great company, and like also like the things they support. They support like the environment. They support so many. They have like scholarships. Across these, and they are a worldwide company. They are across seas.
Wow.
They have interns abroad. They have abroad over. So it's just like, I mean, it's amazing. It really is amazing. I
Mhm.
could go on and on and on and on.
Yeah, it seems like it was just a natural fit for you. And how do you think this career is going to change your life? So you're on this career trajectory now where you're on track to transition into a permanent sales development rep at KnowBe4, one of the number one cybersecurity companies to work for in the whole world, and the number one company in general to work for in the Tampa area. So how do you think this opportunity is just going to transform your life?
I believe it's going to transform my life drastically because well, it already has actually. It already has
Hmm.
because one, it's a great company to work for,
Hmm.
and you don't have that stress. You don't have that something weighing down on you because like your bosses and everybody are just so open minded and they're not hard on anybody and like I mean they give you just I've already received like two Uber or excuse me to eat
Oh yeah.
Uber Eats. Yeah, they give you like they're like have lunch on us today and they just give you this and it's just like what like who does that. I haven't been working for you guys for a month yet, so it's
Yeah.
like such a great company, but they're already changing my life. Let me see, it's remote, so we already said that, so that's like one of the biggest things. I can be there for my
Hmm.
kids. I can be there for my kids.
Hmm.
Sports and if they end up being sick or something like that, I can be home and work. Work from home. So that's one big thing. And then they support parents. They actually have a message forum for parents. And
Hmm.
they invited me to it when they found out that I had kids. They're like, "Do you have any children?" I'm like, "Yeah, I do." And they're like, "All right, here we go. Here's a forum for you to, like get all the parents together and
Hmm.
when that tragedy happened at that school last week, all
Hmm.
the parents, we were all rallying together talking about that and just,
Hmm.
how bad we felt and everything like that. So just like a
Yeah.
company that supports that, you know what I mean? And it's not something that's overlooked. It's
Hmm.
already a big change within me personally with working for the company. And then within
Hmm.
my family, can you imagine after the 3 months, I'm on track to make at least, from 60 to 80,000, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
A year. I mean, that's mind blowing to me, to
Hmm.
happen so quickly, you
Yeah.
know? Wow.
Yeah, well, it was up to your hard work. So you're the one who put in the work to go through the course, apply to KnowBe4, ace the interview, and now you're at this awesome company. And that 60 to 80K in your first year. Imagine what you could be doing 5 years from now. I mean,
I know. Can you believe it?
yeah,
Wow. I think about it and then they show in the beginning in the morning when we have our morning meetings, they talk about that and they talk about like, their bonuses that they give out. So like you can actually earn more than that because you get
yeah.
the bonuses with it. You know what I mean? And
Hmm.
I mean, it's just amazing. I never thought a company would be so great and take care of their employees so much. So like I said, I really, really, truly thank you for interest because I didn't know that I didn't know anything about them until you introduced me to them.
Well, I'm glad they were able to partner with us and get some of our students on board. So and I hope they'll continue to keep hiring our students too, because
I think they
uh,
will.
yeah, I know they want more people just like you. So it's incredible to have someone that passionate in their organization.
Yeah.
Um, and to wrap up this interview, what advice would you give to people who are interested in course careers but haven't taken the plunge and enrolled yet?
My advice is invest in yourself with CourseCareers. It will most definitely pay off.
Mhm.
It will. Um, if you're focused, you can get it done. It won't take the 3 months. Just everything is so easy to me within the course. Just do your work. Watch the videos, read the books, don't skim through it, don't do any of that. Just actually, do the work, and it will pay off. And it really has paid off for me. So I just say invest in yourself, believe in yourself, and you don't have to have a sales background to do this. Just because it doesn't mean that just because I had that background, I got the job. It's you learn so much in your course, and then on top of that, you offer payment plans.
Yeah.
Whoa, can we just talk about that? For us parents over here with the payment plan, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
who doesn't have that money up front to pay for that all at one time, So, I mean, that's a big one. So I would say definitely take that plunge, jump into CourseCareers. You will not regret it at all. You will not regret it.
Well, thanks so much, Brittany. I'm sure a ton of students are going to get a lot of value from this interview.
I hope so.
Yeah, thanks again.